Brian, Indiana Creek Gold. We're down from our spot. Right there's underneath the bridge. Up there. Down there's our staging area. We're working up here. Sort of at the far end of this big cobble. This is just all clay, exposed clay down here. Got our big boulders in through here. But there where my buddy Mike from Minneapolis, sitting dredging with us a couple weeks ago. Right where he's at, right there, there, a line right up in there, about a third of the way across down through here has big rocks laying in it. So we're at the bottom of a big sweeping corner. Big boulders over here on the outside. They've been pushed over here. So we and Richard worked right over there. You can see that piece of iron. We worked just this side of that with the hole there last year. And found some chunky gold, not a lot of gold. But so there's this big, I think it's a concrete slab actually, piece of footer or something, right there. And yeah, I should be helping him move that. No broken arms. That was good. Yeah, that was a scary one. No saying throw rock. But now, since we had some excitement, what I'm gonna do, I got some 5-gallon buckets. This is slicker than snot. Look, this is all clay. I don't know if you can see, but this is all exposed clay layers. Well, it's soft shell. Turned to soft shell. But that's what all this whole pool right here is. So I'm going to get some buckets and shovel some material right here, basically off the top of this so I don't bust my ass. And we're going to do a little high banking action. I mean, look at this gravel that's been I mean, and those ain't small rocks that are up here. So I'm thinking this is probably full. I found a geode as soon as we walked up here. A little bit, I threw it up on the bank somewhere. But yeah, I mean, look, I got big hands. That's way bigger than my hand. Big, heavy, quartzy piece. So yeah, this is probably the main part at one time to create the bank, and then it got scoured down to the bedrock and the clay. But yeah, you can see, I mean, there's big rocks all up on this hillside. So yeah, we're gonna get some of that material and run too. But yep, I thought I was gonna have like a super viral video, you know, 10,000 subscribers by, you know, after the video came out. When if he crushed his arm, it would have sucked. But we are right by the road. That was a rough. Good one, Mike. Good save. All right, I'm gonna put the phone down and dig some material. We got a good hole punch down to that soft shell clay layer. Millie's pointed out for us. Millie the gold sniffing dog, lining us out. We'll see. We've been digging over here. I will show you what I showed you a while ago. So you can see we've been running buckets, high banker style too, a little bit here and there. Might get an additional chunker or something. But I'm sitting down taking a break for a minute. I just got out of the hole and then dug a bucket of material. So I'm going to take a smoke break and then we'll get back to it. not going to be a super long video today. Like I just wanted to share a little bit. Like I said, we're in a new spot here. Me and Richard work, like I said, right at the end of that column. Where that big piece of steel is at now. So we found a little bit of gold. Some chunky pieces last year. But, yep. We got down to a bedrock, I believe, down there. I don't know, maybe Richard remembers that. So somewhere there's a transition right there about where Millie's at, in between that and mine, from clay to bedrock. So it'd be good to find that. Found some goodies. But yeah, I'm gonna grab a snack, chug water real quick, and go run that bucket. We shall return. Alright, I know this is probably noisy as hell, but here's the material that we dug out of there. Putting stone. Been seeing lots of pieces of quartz coming out of this cobble over there. We got a big enough hole there that I opened up enough stuff I was working on so we can get down in there and set on a bucket, set on the edge. That's how deep it is down to that shell layer. Hopefully we're on some big old flakes, Indiana nuggets. Now I'm just instead of dumping this stuff, look out there. I'm just letting it do its deal because it was hard packed in that bank. And when you're dredging, it's got, we got 16 foot, or so of hose here, 18 more, I don't know, for that stuff to agitate, and plus you already pulled it loose, from the bottom, so we're taking it slow on a high banking deal here. Cause a big piece of like quartz nodule that we find all the time. Yeah, you got the gist of what's going on. Millie's waiting for us to return. Millie! And yeah, she's getting tired. Alright, I'm gonna put my phone up and get with it. Big old hole thing. Move that big rock. Roll it out of the way. Still no broken bones. You can sort of get a look at what we were digging into here. So I was scraping pieces of this soft shell, hard clay stuff up. Scraping material. So, yeah, we ran several buckets, probably 6-8 buckets of this stuff between the two of us. Not easy digging. I think, I tossed it. Mike found a piece of that giant chunk, of giant geode that Richard found down here the other day. It had to have been, would have been 3 foot across or so from the slab that he found, looked like. I know it's loud here. Well, Jackson just come down here. He just got out of school. Him and his friends seen us when they were driving over in the school bus. So he came down, visited for a little bit, and Millie got injured. Her back foot cut, just bleeding a little bit, so he's taking her up to the house. The baby came down, visited. Phone was over here. I would have showed them a little bit, but yeah, should be about 3:30 or so. We'll probably run another hour or so. Should be good. Exposed bedrock, big old cracks in it right there. Big sandbar right upstream. It's just go up right there at the bridge. The cabin, our first driveway, is about 50 yards, 60 down the end of the guardrail. The guardrail turns into the driveway. Good times. Alright, we got a big old hole around that bucket down to the clay or shell layer. I have just got off the nozzle. We've got it, you can see right there, I got that cleaned off down to the shell layer, all the way around where he's at, up under this one. And there's ledges like that big going down and then cutting down on the downstream side, and some cracks in that clay that we're scraping out. So there's another big flat rock right there. He's got a building on it that the boulder's sitting on. And then there's another big square rock on the other side of the boulder that is sitting on it too. But yeah, like I said, there's a big flat rock right there. So we just figured we'd poke around that rock too. My back hurts. We ran out of gas. We got all this cleaned around here. Is there a chunker?
It's a piece you can see.
I like it. We got way up under that rock. I said, and there's that other big flat rock there. And then we cleaned this out. But this was pretty vanilla bottom. Not much in the way of holes, cracks. That, besides being behind those two big giant ass rocks, or 3, 4, whatever, there's big ledges and holes over here. So, and then we took several buckets out of that bank. So, should have some gold. We'll decide what we're going to do. We just ran out of gas. I got enough in the can right there for another half a tank or so. So we'll figure out what we're going to do. Be back. All right, we have pretty much wrapped everything up. We got to drag the box down. We split the cons, and Mike found this quarter. What year was it?
2001, I think.
Yeah, what isn't like an old quarter. But we did find a few chunkers and we've seen some of that. Now they probably washed it down the pan. The stuff is there. You can see there's some really small gold in there too. Not like we get when we're high banking over in the grass roots, but got some chunky bits in the pan. I mean, we washed, as you can see, a bunch of pieces down. Panning that stuff. There's all kind of lead, all kind of steel. But yeah, I would just about guarantee, especially that piece right there, that just this half of the cons here would move the scales. So maybe Mike got a big old chunker. He'll at least send me some pictures when he does the clean out, and we'll show y'all at some point. Thank him for coming down. Second time we got together, good time. We hit it hard today, but we ain't got near as much work cleaning up as what we did when we was up on the big water. So I appreciate y'all watching. Catch you next time. All right, y'all, trying to get this video finished up. We did our cleanup I did last night of our minus kitchen strainer material from our dredge run down over the hill with Mike. It sucked. Did not get on the gold that we thought. Hopefully he's got a big pile on his side of the cons, but we got this big stuff to pick through, and then we'll pretty much wrap it up. I was gonna have to rush around this morning and try to get this done. Old Rain Man was gonna premiere his video at 2 this afternoon and ended up premiering at 2 this morning, so I don't have to rush as much because I was going to post my video up right after his, and I done missed the boat on that. So we're going to pick through this stuff, get lead, metal, see if we see any cool gems in there, classify it down below 1/4 inch, and then I'll show you all what we ended up with, at least on my half anyway. I know I lost a lot of that micro gold panning yesterday, but I think we still got a little bit of it in the snuffer bottle. It was getting dark. When I was finishing up, it was getting dark, and it's really hard to see that stuff with the sun shining on it, let alone with no sun. So, yeah, we probably washed some out of the pan and dumped in the tailings, but that's all right. Hopefully we got a big giant Indiana chunker hiding in there. Can always hope, but can't always get on the gold every time. Like I said, we get spoiled. So let me get going on this. I think I need to fix Mom lunch, probably getting about that time, and then we'll get through this stuff, picked through, and hopefully find some gold and some other treasure. All right, we finished picking through everything. We have to pan our plus kitchen strainer, but tractor dude next door is mowing his yard again. The 3 times he mowed it yesterday must not have been good enough, or maybe he's seen a dandelion sticking up or something. I don't know. Yeah. God, I wish we didn't have neighbors. I am not exaggerating a bit when I tell you that he mows this yard 10 times a week, 12. It's like every night, several times during the day on the weekends. I don't know whether he don't like being around his family, or when he bought the tractor, his wife told him that if you're going to spend money on that damn tractor, you best be on that damn thing every day to justify it. So, but either way, we'll let him finish up, and then we'll jump on here and try to get this finished up before he mows for the second or third time today. So I'm gonna go grab me a bite to eat, make sure Mom's doing okay, and we'll be back. All right, we have got this stuff to pan out. We picked through everything. This material wasn't a whole lot of garnets. What there was is a whole lot of pieces of garnet, or not garnet, geode, some possible diamonds, a lot of clear quartz. That one is not a geode, I don't believe, but it is a mystery item here. I think maybe it's a piece off of an old spinner fishing bait. Not sure. But we did find some pretty nice garnets. Oh yeah, and we found there's a little piece of gold that we picked out, a couple pieces of this, which I'm pretty sure is pyrite. It's gone now, whatever it is. But yeah, we did spy one little chunk of gold, and this is the stuff that we crush up and get the gold out of. Not much of that either. We did get a bunch of metal. Of course, they had tore a bridge down just upstream 40 years ago or so, 30. And the guys down here hanging out found this quarter. It's a he says a 19. Yeah, there we go, 2007 quarter that has been tainted by the water. I should have done all that. But let's go through this, see if there's any gold. I'm hoping Mike, the other guy, has a lot better in his half of the cons. But I'm gonna pan through this and then we'll see what we got. We'll wrap this up. Another noisy neighbor. Found one more decent little piece. As we've got just a little bit left. We'll rinse that out. Let me get that sucked up. A little cornflake looking piece. Decent. I seen that, I think, down on the creek that day. It slid down the pan. I seen it after we videoed. So let me get that sucked up and see if there's anything left in this pan. Alright, so we had a bit of a fail. I dumped the snuffer bottle out and it had some green algae crap that had come out of the bottom of the snuffer bottle, and I was dumping it out and that big flake we found right there at the end plopped down here into our tailings. I'm pretty sure I know where it landed. So we're going to try once here. One pan. Because it landed right in here, I'm pretty sure. Alright. It's in this area right there, I'm pretty sure. Alright. Let's run this down and see if we can find our chunker. That one piece probably amounted to as much weight as everything else in the pan put together. And I randomly found my black pan with a lip in the bottom, which I don't like. For smaller classifications, I do like for the bigger stuff because it catches the cold. Alright. I really don't want to go through this whole thing again for that one flake. Which I doubt I would, but let's find it. But all in all, not a great run at all. Like I said, we picked sort of a new area. And I have figured out, I mean, most of the bigger pieces of gold I found down here have come from the edge of the bank, or maybe even in the bank some. You know, stuff that I hadn't seen in fresh water or sunlight for a long time, most of them. And when we get down to bedrock, or the bottom anyway, and clean it off, I found a lot better gold off the bedrock than off of that clay, even when there's ledges and holes and cracks in that clay and soft shell, because I think the gold has probably worked down into that soft shell and been covered up and worked into it a long time ago. Because that gold that when I sell those big boxes of clay pay and soft shell, that's what y'all are finding and how it got there. Alright, drum roll on. There it is. Boom. Bunch of iron I missed. Piece of jasper. Alright, let me flip this stuff. And another piece of... That's another thing. We found very little lead shot. I'll show you here in a minute. Just obviously wasn't the low point where we worked. We worked around a big old rock y'all seen, but it obviously was not the low point of there where we were at. See, and I grabbed those pieces of jasper a lot of times thinking they're garnets. If the sun ain't shining, you can't see if it's translucent or not, and it's sort of the same color there. So yeah, we found her flake. Cool deal. But I guess, you know, you'll have that. I mean, we get pretty spoiled. I mean, I think there's some gold out in the creek for sure. I mean, we haven't found as much as what we have liked the last couple times, but I'm thinking quantities of gold is up in that ancient ass sandbar that we walk around on all the time where our staging area is. I'm beginning to think that more and more. Nope, that's not the piece I dropped. That's the piece I missed though. It might have been. It might have been it. Yeah, we're calling it. Let's see. Oh, that flake's right there. Up there and there. Okay. So that was just a round chunker that rolled out. Okay, let's get this and we'll have a look. I am grab that tweezers. Okay, here it is. Got a little bit of sunlight out here. This is my half of the cons. Like I said, hopefully I got it a little sideways and there's more gold on his side. You can see that micro gold. You can't see that stuff with the naked eye. Little chunker tried to slide down there. But we got, I mean, they're nice chunky pieces, what we found. Same with me and Richard last time. Here's that micro gold, a little bit of it. Me and Richard, of course, we're having major suction issues with the dredge, which all our fittings are loose. This pressure hose is leaking right where it goes into the nozzle. It's okay, but if you move it the wrong way, it sprays out a little jet of water. So it just, we need to pull it all apart and just do some maintenance. But there's my part. Get this piece of moss stuff out of here. Old boy's supposed to send me a couple pictures of his half of the cleanup. So, but we found what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 decent pieces, a dozen decent pieces. So, you know, if he finds that too, I guess that's a couple dozen chunkers. So I guess it ain't horrible. I mean, especially for the backyard, we'll take it. Alright, so we got some chunkers in there. But I appreciate you all watching. I'm really wanting to crush up that big old chunk of rock we have out here that we know has got gold in it. But we'll get something lined out for a Tuesday video. And I guess I'll see you all then. Appreciate it. We forgot our little piece that was in our garnets. That one is really nice garnet. We forgot that other little chunker we found. So, can't forget that one. Appreciate it, y'all. And we're upside down. I see that now. Boom. There it is.